Hello everyone, today I wanted to show you how to add a ribbon edge for your project, like what I did to my Miele sweater here. So the point of this technique is to change the work direction. Like in the case of my Miele sweater, I have to build my ribbon rows row by row and attach each row back to my sleeves. And this is a common technique you can use widely in lots of crochet projects, hats, socks, whatever you want to make. And in this tutorial, I will be showing you also how to make the ribbing in double crochet, and hopefully this will give you a better understanding of how this technique works and encourage you to use this for your future project. So if this sounds like something you're interested in learning, let's get started. So here I'm going to use my Miele sweater for the demonstration. And before moving on to our ribbed rows, we have our last round of single crochet for the sleeves. So let me just finish this. And this is just for having a more clear edge to work on our ribbing. And here I have finished my single crochet round. And instead of keep working in round, we're gonna work vertically to build the ribbing now. So let's say I want to make like 10 stitches for my ribbing. One more for the height. And then for the first round, I am going to do one single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then one single crochet in each stitch across. So I'm just gonna keep doing it until I reach my last stitch. I'm gonna stop in the last stitch to show you how this technique works. So here in our last stitch is where we have to attach our single crochet to the round. So I do this yarn over and pull through. And before our next pull through, like we always did for our single crochet, we're gonna grab the first stitch on our single crochet round and then pull through both loops on our hook. And here you go, this is how we attached our first single crochet ribbing row on our original panel. And for the next row, since we're doing a single crochet, we're gonna slip one stitch to build up the height we need for the next row. And we turn our work. So before starting the next row, let's take a look. The first stitch we have here is the height, and the second is our first single crochet. This is where we should work on our first stitch. So starting from this row, we are going to be making single crochet back loop only in all the stitch across. Here I'm finished my last stitch of the second row, and as you can see now I have two single crochet rows attached on top of two single crochet stitches I have for my original panel. And this is how you can change the working direction while keep building your work. Let's try together again. We chain one and turn our work. So like the last row, we are gonna work only in the back loop. We're putting back loop single crochet all the way across until we reach our last stitch where we are going to attach our ribbon directly to our sleeve. So sometimes the last stitch can be quite hard to recognize. The best way to do is always to count your stitch. So here's my last stitch. I do the first yarn over and pull through, and then for the second pull through I will have to grab my next stitch on the round and then pull through two loops on my hook, like how I normally do my single crochet. And for the next row, I slip 1 stitch to build up the height, and I turn my work. And in the second stitch from the hook, I start my first back loop single crochet. And I put 1 back loop single crochet all the way across until the end of the row. And this is my last stitch. And this is how you build your ribbon directly on your work. So this is one side and this is another. Actually, this ribbon thing is totally reversible. Just remember to count your stitch from time to time to make sure the stitch number doesn't change. And you just need to repeat this method to cover every stitch around your original panel. And once covered all of your stitches, you just need to seam the first and the last ribbon rows together. Now I wanted to also show you the ribbon in double crochet stitches. So let's try it together. We chain 2 to build up the height for our double crochet row, and then in each stitch across we are going to put double crochet back loop only all the way until the last stitch. And here I am in my last double crochet. Let me show you first if I do a normal double crochet here and just a slip stitch on the proper height. As you can see here, in this way it creates this big hole on your work, and this is what we're trying to avoid here, and also the reason why we're learning this technique. So let's be serious and do it in the proper way. We are going to insert our hook in the back loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then we are going to insert the hook in the next stitch on our panel. And then with this yarn over, we are pulling through 2 loops on the hook, and then repeat the same thing again. See the difference here? This stitch is firmly attached to our panel. To move on to the next row, for our double crochet we need 2 stitch height. So we are doing 2 slip stitch to build up the height for our next row. And then again, we can see once we turn, the first 2 are our height, so we have to work on the 3rd stitch from our hook. We do back loop double crochet all the way across until the end of the row. So this is how it looks like for our double crochet ribbon. Let's do it together again. We chain 2 to build up the height, turn our work, and then put in each stitch back loop double crochet. Remember to keep your stitch count all the time the same. Just count your stitch whenever you have a doubt. Here I am having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yes, this is my last stitch. And for this stitch, I am going to yarn over and insert my hook in the back loop of my last stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop, but I'm splitting some yarn here. Let me do it again, okay? And then the next step, like how we did before, I am going to insert the hook into the next stitch on my single crochet round, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops on my hook. Then I'll do it again like this. This is how I attach my last double crochet on my panel. For the next row, we're gonna slip stitch twice to build up the height for our double crochet row, like this. And then we simply turn our work. So here are the 2 slip stitches we did. These are for the height of our road. We are going to work our next stitch in the 3rd stitch from the hook, this one. So yarn over and do our double crochet back loop only all the way till the end. And this is my last stitch. Let's take a look of what we have made. So this is the ribbing, and you can see the difference between the double crochet ribbing and the single crochet ones. So for my round of the single crochet ribbon is taking 1 stitch, while the double crochet ribbing is taking 2 stitches. So you can tell already here, like this only depends on the stitch you choose and how tall is your stitch. And this is how you can distribute evenly this ribbing effect around your panel. And this is it. I hope this video tutorial encouraged you to add ribbon to your next project, and I will see you next time.